Vancouver Lake has to be one of the most unique natural assets that we have here in Clark County. It's the largest lake in the Portland metropolitan area. It's very beautiful. We can see lots of mountains in the Cascade Range.
You know, I've lived in this community since 1971, and I've been on this lake since the early 70s. And I've really enjoyed the lake and what it brings me and brings everybody else too.
We know that as a rowing venue and a sailing venue, it's really one of a kind.
We are part of a larger rowing community that helped put on the Junior Regional Championships right here on Vancouver Lake every spring, as well as the Northwest Masters Regional Championships here on Vancouver Lake. With these regattas, the Junior Regional Championships, we probably bring in 1.3, 1.4 million to the economy, and with the Masters Regionals, about 900,000, close to $1 million. It's a big economic boom.
2 or 3 years ago, I started seeing news stories about the Eurasian milfoil problem the rowing club was having there.
I had a rower that used to come down and he quit because he said, I got tangled in these weeds, I'm not doing this again, I'm going somewhere else.
You would come out to the lake and you would just see these floating mats. Every time you disturbed it, more would grow. So it was really it was like a horror story, really. And
that was a really huge concern for us as the rowing community. You know, we have to do something, otherwise we won't be able to hold these regattas. In 2018, I contacted the Washington Department of Ecology and met with this lady that came out and visited the lake. And I quote, she said, "You better find a new place to row." It was happening that quickly and that badly. So that's when a private group called the Friends of Vancouver Lake was formed to raise the monies to get rid of it. Because if we had waited, not only would the cost have doubled or tripled, I don't know if we would have ever gotten a handle on it.
We had an opportunity to meet and work with Terry McNabb from Aquatechnics, and I personally believe that Alan's connection to Terry was really what saved the lake. When he got involved with us, I think we really understood that we were going to have a chance to be successful. So Terry let us know about a product called Priscillacor.
It was, in everybody's opinion, a superior herbicide. It only targeted the milfoil and not other aquatic plants, as well as being very benign and not harming the fish and wildlife. And it was a price point thing too. It was certainly cheaper than the other herbicides. So it, you know, crossed all the boxes, if you will.
It gets into the plants extremely rapidly, so we don't have to worry about the herbicide going away from the plants before it's had a chance to do what it needs to do. It's a really unique chemistry that you want to have in your toolbox.
What this did is actually help the wildlife because it got rid of an invasive weed that birds get tangled up in that doesn't belong here.
Terry was well versed in the product, had a lot of confidence in the product, and I was really impressed by the safety profile that I read and the fact that it was used on drinking water reservoirs. It seemed to me like that is exactly what we needed, and when we told the community what we were going to be doing and what product we were going to be using, people said, that sounds good.
We bring $1.something million to the economy every spring. Treating the milfoil, the cost of treatment was nothing.
Without treatment by 2022, really the lake would have been overrun by milfoil. When we treated in 2020, there were very few areas of the lake that weren't affected.
After it went down, within a couple of weeks, we could see the plants dying off quite rapidly. And within a month, they're all gone.
We came out 10 days after the application, and we went all over this lake, and we couldn't find any plants.
The results 3 months post-treatment, the Department of Fish and Wildlife came back out and resampled every one of their survey points. They found no milfoil at any point. And the same survey pre-treatment, you know, every one of those sampling points had milfoil at it.
I just think we couldn't be happier with the product and happier with the relationship we have with Aquatechnics. It's just been amazing.
The experience working with CPRO and Terry and his gang has been exceptional. Oh, I feel great. I feel great, as does everybody else. I can't tell you how many people have approached me and thanked me for getting this job done.
They're just amazed that something that was a problem that seemed like it was going to take over the lake and we had no way of fixing it, to now it's not here anymore. It's pretty amazing.
And it was just the other day that a gentleman called me up and he said, you know, 2 years ago I was sailing across the lake and I ran into these weeds and, you know, fell over. I was tangled up in them. I couldn't get out of them. And 2 weeks ago I went sailing and went through the same spot and it was wonderful. No more weeds. He said, this is fabulous, you know, what you've done here.
The issues are solvable. We do have the tools.
This is what you need to explore. This has done a great job. Short order, this stuff is gone. You don't see it on the lake. It's gone.